March 19th, 2019, I had a vision of the coming of Christ. I was taken back to Jamaica in the 1950s to a place where I used to live as a youth. And I was there. It seemed like I was taking care of my family, protecting them from something. And then all of a sudden, the skies got black. I mean, as black as I've never seen before. The sky was just black, and everything got black. It was the middle of the day, and the day just turned to night immediately. And in a few minutes, the sky was just open like a curtain open up, and this white, beautiful light come shining through, a beautiful light, and this angel came down. I mean, it was just big, a huge angel came down with a trumpet, and it was silhouette. It looks like crystal, and I could see right through him. And while I was standing there looking through the angel, I could see in a far distant pillars of white clouds. And to the right, there were horses, legs, and the heads of the horses coming out of these clouds. And to the left, there is like an army. You could see the feet of these men stepping out of the cloud. It seemed like they're waiting for the trumpet to blow to make an entry. And when I look back at myself, the light was shining through me. My mind was saying Jesus, but I couldn't speak. I couldn't say the word. I looked to the left, I looked to the right, and everything around me was light. The place I was standing is light. The house behind me was light. The light penetrate everything. Everything was consumed by the light. And in that moment, I'm saying, wow, there's nowhere to go. There's no place to hide, because the light is everywhere. And it was beautiful, and yet dreadful. I wasn't afraid, but I have the fear of God in me. The fear of God was there, was present, but I wasn't afraid. And when I got up, I started to call Bishop Roberts, Bishop Clark, Bishop Bent, and while I was talking to them, I realized that, I started calling my family, because in the dream initially, I was there protecting my family before this happened. So I started calling my families and telling them to make sure they're right with God, because when the trump of God sound and Jesus returned, there'll be no time to even say Jesus. There won't be any time. It's going to be in a twinkling of an eye. We won't have any time to pray or any time to ask for forgiveness. It will be too late. So I've been calling, and then while I'm doing that, the Spirit of God gave me Revelation 22, and verse 11 and verse 12. And when I start to read, verse 11 says, that's Revelation 22, verse 11, it said, He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And verse 12, and behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me, to give to every man according to his works shall be. And I said, oh my God, I pray and I hope that I am worthy of being here. I'm praying that I'm worthy to make it to heaven, and I want to make sure that my life is lined up with your word, and to make sure that I'm living in your will, and to make sure my steps are ordered by you, Lord. And I'm here in New York. I'm supposed to be at work, and I was in my room. I'm in my room all day today. I could not leave. I've been calling all my family members and sharing this with them. The burden is so heavy. I could not work today. I left for a few minutes to get some soup because my head started to hurt. I'm just here reading and praying, and God is just opening up His words to me. More and more I think about this. I close my eyes, I can see it again. The angel is oh my God, it was big. He was big, and then the trumpet was so huge. The trumpet was long. It seemed like when he blew that thing, the entire universe probably shake. The size of that trumpet. It was so big, and the light was coming from behind the clouds. The light wasn't the light like the sun. It was a different light. It was a beautiful sight, but again, it was beautiful, and then of course, it was also dreadful, because when I looked and see where I was standing, it was no more dirt. It was just light. Everything around me was light. And the light penetrated my body. So my body was there, but my body was just light. My consciousness was there, but I couldn't do anything. I couldn't speak, and all I could think about is Jesus. I couldn't speak anything, and I couldn't think anything. I'm not thinking anything. It's just, I'm there, and all in my mind is just Jesus. And so I've been here for a long time, for hours today, just meditating on these words. Yes, so just imagine if God come, when Jesus returned, and if we're not ready, and if we have animosity in our hearts, and hatred and unforgiveness in our hearts, then what I'm seeing from this vision is that the moment that light shines on you, and the moment Jesus returned, then whatever state you're in, then that's how you're going to enter eternity. I mean, if you're caught, at the time you're stealing, you'll enter eternity as a thief. If you're lying, you enter as a liar. If you're doing something righteous, you'll enter as a righteous person. There will be no time there's no time to speak, there's no time to make things right. It is done. Once this happened, this event happened as the last state of man. Time will stop as we know it, and God time starts. So I encourage all my families first, every family member that I could reach this morning, I called them, and I encourage them first to make sure they have an intimate relationship with God. Make sure their life is lined up with God, with the Word of God. Because once this day comes, it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next year, it could be 100 years from now. All I can tell you, it is real and it's coming. Jesus is coming. Jesus is coming, and the angel is getting ready to blow that trumpet. So we can't just pretend going to church anymore. Those days are over. We have to be sure that we are saved, and the only way to do that is to match our life up with the Word of God. We must apply the Word to our lives. If not, it's going to be a sad day, because it's a day of no return. And I just wish that I could really show people what I saw. This was real. I could see the angel, the wings. I could see the veins in his wings. Although it's transparent, I could see it through him, but I could see the veins in his wings. I could see his legs. I could see everything clearly, but he was and I could see right through him. So it was a massive, massive, massive angel. He was big, and he was just there, just standing in space, just waiting to blow that trumpet. And oh God, it was beautiful, beautiful, but yet still dreadful at that time. I felt the urgency and the need to speak to all my family members and everyone that I know or come across, to tell them that Jesus is coming and the time is closer than we think, and it's time to be ready and not to be getting ready. And may God help us, because this is, wow, this is just awesome. I almost wish if I didn't wake up. It was that beautiful. It was beautiful, but on the other hand, dreadful, because I knew that was the end. I knew that was it. I had no more choices, no more chance. That was it. So I just want to encourage everyone to let them understand, when that day comes, there's no place to hide. There's nothing. There's no bunker. There's no caves. There's no height or depth. The light penetrates everything. The light went through everything. There's no place to go. And you will find yourself standing in front of God to give account for the deeds that was done in our bodies. And may God help us. As I continue to study, and God is revealing His word to me, I will continue to study Revelation 22. I will continue studying and praying for more understanding.